before we get into all the hot topics and the SKN assignments, we have a quick interview with the CFBC Jenkins Leadership Course team. So I'll have them introduce themselves. So who wants to go first? Ladies first? Ladies first, Onika?
Good afternoon. I'm Onika Jenkins, and I'm a part of the CFBC Jenkins leadership team.
Okay. Jen?
Blessed afternoon. I'm Geneve Mills, and I'm also a member of the CFBC Jenkins leadership team.
Okay. And Mr. Jenkins?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, distinguished lady at Freedom FM. McPhail, Managing Director or General Manager?
General Manager.
General Manager. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Peter Jenkins. I'm from the CFBC Jenkins Limited Leadership Program.
Okay. It's a pleasure to have you here. We always look forward to hearing from you each and every year. Well, throughout the year as well, because you do a lot within the community. So you are about to celebrate yet another anniversary. How many years has it been so far?
Well, it started as an Independence 30, a gift for Independence 30. So the young people in the audience can calculate how many years that is. So Independence 30 was the first year. That's when we started.
Uh-huh.
That's
and
when the
so
first course
we're at
started.
Independence 43?
Yes.
So we'll be celebrating the 13th year.
Okay, fantastic.
So, as usual, we have this anniversary celebration. I just want to make one or two short points, and then I will turn it over to the...
Younger people.
No, I don't call them that.
You said you were in the middle for a reason, right?
I'm turning it over to those who are shaping the direction that it should be going in.
Okay.
They're part of that process.
Okay.
So I particularly want to talk to one person who is listening this afternoon, if it's one person. I remember, I think it was 7 days ago, Austin Edinburgh was here talking about prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. And he didn't say certain things. He didn't say everything. But prior to the beginning of this course, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Could have been 2011. And for about 6 years prior to that, I was trying to put this course together because I had benefited a lot in terms of my training as an engineer in football, in cricket, in the military, etc. And I thought I had a lot that I could offer in terms of leadership development, but I was apprehensive and kind of, what is boy know about leadership training? And that's what the people in St. Kitts would say, the skeptics. So I hesitated. But having been diagnosed with prostate cancer, I had the operation in Miami, and I came back to St. Kitts, and I decided I'm not going up Springfield. With the knowledge that I have, I'm going to share it. And so it is because of the prostate diagnosis and the operation that I took that I decided, that prompted me, that gave me the impetus to go up to CFBC and to say to them, I have this program which I want to deliver to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And that had been after a number of institutions had rejected the proposal. So I went up to CFBC, and they agreed immediately. And that brings me to the second point, that Dr. Leighton Narayan, who recently passed, he passed in Guyana, he was the person that took the program, having had the blessings of Dr. Hermia Morton Anthony, who was in charge at the time. He took the program and converted it from my ideas, what I wanted to see, the topics. he converted it into the deliverables so that after each session, the students must be able to do X, Y, and Z. And so I want to recognize him today for his contribution to this program. He has passed and he has made a very impactful stay at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College. So I want to recognize Dr. Nathan Ryan today. So the gentleman outside there with prostate or think they may have prostate cancer or who have prostate cancer, whereas once ago it was a death sentence, is no longer a death sentence. And there is hope. There are different now treatment methods that can prolong your life or allow you to live a useful life and a successful life. And so there is no need for you to go down in despair and to become depressed. Look to life, and those of you who are not doing your test, you must go and do your test annually so that if it passes your way, you can intercept it or interrupt it at an early period, which gives you a good prognosis. So those are my words today. My daughter, she's more than a daughter now. She's one of the inheritors of the program, along with Genevieve. They will tell you of the activities that we are going to undertake for this anniversary celebration. Thank you. Almost a politician, McPhail, but General Manager McPhail.
Okay, so what are some of the activities that you have planned for this occasion?
I think this time I come in, Jamie, after listening to everything that Jenkins had to say, rightfully so. We have to recognize that the ability to serve comes from God, and without that, there's no thinking or thought behind that. And so with that being said, on the 15th of March 2026, a couple weeks from now, we will be going as a cohort and alumni to our usual place to worship at the Seaton Street, the Wesley Methodist at Seaton Street, and that will be at 9 a.m. in the morning. And we are asking all alumni, all past members, all present members to come out with their family. And of course, as usual, after, we'll have that reception where we sit together and break bread and speak about future plans and, how we see ourselves and the community moving with our assistance as a leadership group.
Okay, fantastic. And then after that, I know you.
Yeah. So we always give back. A big part of the leadership training involves, giving back to the community, raising funds that go towards projects for the community. And in our way, we are giving back to others. So we are hosting a leadership teams seminar. It is free. So we are looking for leadership teams. So we're looking for, say, a manager and 2 reports. So teams of 3 to come and get a free seminar from us on leadership training. We'll address some of the issues, a myriad of issues that would affect leadership teams, how you relate to one another. And we are looking at April 21st. The location is to be determined, but it will be on April 21st. We will have a link that is circulated so that you can register your team. So, for example, if you here from Freedom, you want to come to our seminar, say it's you, Junie, you and somebody else, and so we'll work on those issues for that specific team.
Okay.
Normally we do, single individuals, but we've found that, we really need to have a more holistic view and look at, yes, we can train you, but what about the persons who you work with and for and report to? And so it's important that those teams are, more cohesive, work better together. And so that's why we're taking that angle this year.
Fantastic. And this is on April the
21st.
21st.
Yes.
So I'm certain that you'll be back to give us more information.
Yes, of course.
As to how to register and where and all of these things.
Yes, well, I wanted to make the point, or to emphasize the point, not that she has not made the points, but just to emphasize, you cannot register as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Only teams can register. Cannot register as an individual, and you cannot show up either as an individual.
So you have to come with your team.
You come with your team.
Okay.
Right? You register with your team and you come with your team. And don't come give us no smartness on the day. Oh, they get sick or they couldn't come. The mother went, no, teams on the day. Register as a team. And one of the things which I think re-emphasized to us that we were taking the right approach. Just 2 days ago, the Ayatollah was removed. Yes?
Yes.
So,
well, more than removed, but
yes. It requires a team approach to things. No one person can have everything in their head and decide, well, this is how it's going to go, and only they know how it is supposed to go. It has to be more of a team approach, and we want to encourage that. And also, the pace, what is happening in the world, there's so much turmoil in the world. We have to stay current, and we have to stay not only current on the issues, but on the skills. If we are to make headway in St. Kitts and Nevis or further headway, for example, I might be getting emotional, but I really want to thank, say, Music Festival. You have seen leadership, and you have seen growth, development, innovation, all of the things that you expect in a modern era. Likewise, Carnival, I think we have seen those things as well in those organizations. But we have to find more examples. We have to be, almost every area must be like that. Mm-hmm. That comes from training, that comes from paying attention to the details, paying attention to the subject itself, becoming an expert on the subject, and the skills that are required to bring the teams together to get the outcomes that you want. So we encourage persons. I know some persons might feel that they don't need to because they know it already. That's okay. But those who can come, we encourage you to come. It's free. Not because the information is of no use, but because we want St. Kitts and Nevis to move forward. And our father came from humble beginnings, came to town on a bicycle, and he achieved much, and we want to show appreciation for how good God has been to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the work that you continue to do with the CFBC Jenkins Leadership Course. Each and every year you come here, and I'm blown away by the amount of work that you put into the program. I have seen the difference in terms of the individuals who would have passed through the program. So I continue to commend you on this effort, and I hope that, you celebrate 26 years, 20, 30 years, 40 years, and you keep it going because it's important for us as a community. So, because we are out of time, what are your final words?
Could I make one point?
Sure,
one
that's
point?
why I'm asking your final words.
Thank you. I met one of the students in Valley Mart parking lot 2 days ago, and he said, among other things, Mr. Jenkins, I was about to drop out of the course and I wasn't coming to class, and you called me to your office and you say, you're not dropping out. You have too much. You have too much to drop out. And he followed my advice and he said, today. So that would be my
Today.
We're
waiting.
What he had achieved since then, it had propelled him to go on to do many other things. I won't go specific into his details, but to many other things that he is now asking for an opportunity to be part of the program so that he could now reinvest what he has learned in the program.
Awesome. Okay, Jenny.
So we give God thanks. We give God thanks.
Simple. Humility. And thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Onika?
Just a reminder, church is on March 15th, 9 a.m. at Wesley Methodist. And then look out for more information on our free seminar for leadership teams coming up in April.
Okay. Again, thank you so much for coming. Coming up next on Freedom FM, we have Assignment SKN.
Could we say to June a deeper sympathy on the,
Sure, go
passing
ahead.
of it?
Sure.
Big JL, we want to say how much we understand what you're going through at this time. We want to share our sympathy with you and your family, and to ask that God strengthen you during this very difficult time. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasant day to all. This is Assignment SKN with Austin Edinburgh. This commentary focuses on two matters. One, the successful hosting of the 50th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, hosted by our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. And two, the 59th anniversary of the coming of statehood. In last week's edition, I addressed the issues of the Conference of the Heads of Government of CARICOM. As it was before the meeting, it was my presumptive view that in spite of the many hemispheric challenges heaped on CARICOM from without the organization and some differences within the community of CARICOM, that the conference would have been highly successful, due mainly to the speaking engagement that Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew embarked upon as chairman with his fellow heads of CARICOM leading up to the conference. This initiative was criticized by some politicians like Timothy Harris of PLP and Sean Richards and Natasha Gray Brooks of PAM. There are some political pundits and publications in St. Kitts and Nevis who take their lead from the previously named politicians, dubbed it unnecessary and a waste of resources. I call it out for what it is, their comment, political hogwash. I further pointed out that these persons and publications were asking CARICOM to deliver what it is not equipped, neither structurally nor legally, to do. I again call on these persons and publications to inquire into CARICOM and accurately and responsibly report to the citizens factually on the nature of the organization. I'm pleased to report that my presumptive narrative on the conference turned out to be accurate. In fact, several CARICOM heads spoke on a number of subject matters that I raised in my last commentary on the subject. The CARICOM heads who spoke at both the opening ceremony and closing press conference credited the travel and face-to-face meeting with his colleague heads prior to the conference for bringing all the heads to the meeting and setting the tone for the meeting and highly successful outcomes. Prime Minister Holness of Jamaica described it as a great strategy. The heads also said that having differences of opinion doesn't necessarily mean or equate to division. As I have listened to several persons speaking after the conference, the issue of Cuba jumps out. It is perceived by a few that nothing was said in regards to the U.S. embargo to the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. That embargo being 66 years old. The comment is that they continually vote against the embargo at the UN, while it is a fact that they do vote against the embargo, and the discussions about the embargo could be justified as the ethical thing to do. In my opinion, it was not the strategic thing to do. In reality, no amount of discussions on the embargo would have lifted the embargo for two reasons. One, when Donald Trump returned to office, he tightened the conditions of the embargo. And two, lifting the embargo is a matter for Congress, not the president. That is why the severity of applying the embargo has varied under different presidents of the U.S. However, the embargo remained firmly in place. Raising this unachievable matter could have rendered the more urgent matter of the oil blockage on Cuba imposed by Donald Trump difficult to move forward. It is not by coincidence that the announcement of allowing humanitarian inflow of Venezuelan oil into Cuba was made while the U.S. Secretary of State was in St. Kitts and Nevis meeting with CARICOM's heads. As a matter of fact, the focus of the CARICOM heads conference was that based on humanitarian grounds, the Trump administration should allow the inflow of oil and other essential goods to Cuba. This matter was by far more urgent and had a greater probability of delivery than the lifting of the embargo. These are the things